Very good.
15 blue.
Now, we got the rarest fox of all. 1 in 1,000 foxes is actually silver. We've been friends with the Northwest Company. And what they do is they tell us certain things. Well, one certain thing I've heard, and I just need you to confirm this as a fact, is that one of my friends says that for 1816, going into the first Noah's Ark, there's only going to be 5 of these silver foxes for the season.
Well, since most of our fur returns have already been going back to Montreal, 29 credits, 29 blue.
29
with the
blue.
Company.
You know
so
what?
what do your people need from
You know what I was thinking? That 29 blue. Why don't we just round it off to 30? A nice round number.
30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably what my father would suggest too if he was
You're
here.
testing my generosity, but out of my friendship with your father, sure.
Ah, very good.
A nice even number is always good.
You
Very
know,
much
and
testing
my
my
father,
generosity.
he'll be pleased because all of these lessons he taught me are finally coming to fruition.
They are they? How to deal with Scots.
So, yeah, the Welsh have been doing that for a real long time.
Yes, they have.
So, here's what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting we need to replenish fishing nets. They're
Something out together, and of course there'll be more of that fur later. I did see your canoe.
oh, hundreds of pounds of fur. We still got to discuss.
You.
Scotland.
Oh.
That was one of our chief trainers in training was about 5 years old and said that.
So, just we're at Fort William, and if you notice, this main courtyard makes the Union Jack. Okay, like all the 3 crosses. Crazy!
Are the locks themselves period? Right?
Some of them are no, for the most part. It's
Can you go there and be menacing?
a little bit less practical.
Stand by the door and be menacing.
Clerks, the bookkeepers, accountants, junior traders, and the partners, men like myself, who run the company. Whether we run the company by trading with the indigenous people at the coast, like Fort William, but west of here, or the men who run the company from Montreal. The ones who are in London don't come all the way to Canada, obviously, just to come to Rendezvous. And you know about the Rendezvous, right? Very popular Scottish joke.
Yeah.
It's small, depressing, and Scottish.
A haggis!
Nope, Scotland. Here's another one for you.
Yeah.
How do you tell the difference between an Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman without hearing them speak?
Whether they're wearing the cross of St. George, St. Andrew, or St. Patrick.
Very smart, but that's not what I would do. But that's a good way to tell. What I would do is I would put a glass of whiskey
Yeah?
in front of each of them, and I'd put a dead housefly in the whiskey. The Englishman, right? He's going to take the whiskey and he's going to look at it and he's going to order a new whiskey because the English are hoity-toity. The
Yeah.
Irishman's going to take the whiskey and he's going to look around and then down it fly and all because there's none of that at the end of the rainbow. Now the Scotsman, he's going to get mad and he's going to take out the fly by the wings, eh? And he's going to look in its eyes and he's going to say, "Spit out my whiskey, you beggar!" You don't get it, the Scots are cheap.
Oh, okay.
Good day to you.
Good day. I know you. I said I could.
Plus, I don't think they'll be open that long. The leak too?
Okay, Nadine. So this is what's called the birch bark canoes.
Yep.
Wow. And what do you use? You still use birch bark. Pretty cool.
So that's the one coming from Montreal to Fort William. Be an interesting one this year. Shockingly, it's sold out already.
Wow.
Blown away.
I love that draw knife.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we got a nice collection of them. Just watch the blade there.
Did you guys make it here
No, I think that one was a purchase, and in the last few years that I've
Now, I understand that certain barrels, okay, the wider ones have certain type of materials. Or one is wet and one is dry. Okay, like
Okay,
one the wider one is for one certain one. But what is with the rings around it? I don't get it.
To hold it.
yeah.
Yeah, but you mean hold it? Like, you know, how does it like come apart?
Structural
That's
strength.
it.
but
the
keeps-
only thing holding a cask together is the hoops. So if I knocked those two hoops off of either one of those casks there, it would fall apart. I wish I had something I could knock apart pretty easily. But all a cask is perfect jointery and pressure from the hoops. There's nothing else holding it together. It's all individual boards of wood that have been jointed just perfectly enough that you can't see the light through them,
Yeah.
right? But there's nothing else holding this together other than these iron hoops, or in the case of that firkin over there, the wooden hoops.
But why wouldn't you just have one piece?
What do you mean one whole piece?
Out of the wood,
Yeah.
and it helps it dry out without cracking. 'Cause then you don't have a dry outside and a moist inside.
yeah.
So you just
How long
boil
do you
the
boil
fuck
it
out of
for?
it.
Like just
I don't know. I've seen it on a YouTube video. I never actually
Sure.
did it, but it's you boil it in salt water.
sure.
Are you using?
A straw?
Okay. So you're getting it more what?
Refined.
Okay.
So just a
You
sharper
gotta do
edge.
Exactly, because if
What are those two tools used for?
So the chisel and the draw knife. So Joseph was just using the draw
Now
knife
with
Yeah.
it drying out,
to shape the stave, so the
Yeah.
same
dries out
as
at
I'll be
different
using in the
rates.
canoe shed.
Exactly, yeah, so-
And then
But
chisels just
that's
for
a lot of
carving
cuts,
wood.
so it's-
Okay.
Do them green still.
So this one
But
shapes,
that's
that
what
one
it's called.
carves.
Yeah, well, they both do similar
Boil it like
things.
you get the.
She's like a new baby. Yeah, she's like a new baby.
What's her name? Betsy?
Bitsy, we call her Bitsy.
Even regular things can be very.
That's true, that's true, yeah. She's actually quite funny. Some of it, so when you eat, I will consume some of the comments for rendezvous.
Yeah.
To eat and listen to age and the local for rendezvous. But yeah. Yeah, there's no record for that. Thinking like, well, maybe there's something to do.
You know what they should do for something like this?
What?
They should put an elbow and go up, and you get a lot more heat that way off of it.
You know what will happen in this room? Someone sits at this table and says, more taxation. One,